All right, now, here we go. I'm LW, and this is the daily Latch Bar workout. So we have a 10-set, 3-step workout where we're going to do cardio and abs. That's it. 60 seconds, jogging in place. Let's get my timer, my tracker, all set to go so we can account for what we're doing. I have my pad on the floor and we're ready to get started. My clock, let's look at the second hand, 60 seconds. Let's get started. Let's burn some calories. That's right. We want to burn some calories, so let's get started. Remember, you can't burn calories though. If your intake is more than what you're trying to burn. Because you may still burn calories, but you're going to just blow it all away when you sit down and have your dinner, or have your lunch, or even your breakfast. Each one of those times, we need to be under control. Because you know, America, we are out of control when it comes to eating. We all have eating disorders. That's correct. That is why America is the most obese country in the world. Because we are out of control when it comes to eating. We have eating disorders. Own up to it and do something about it. We, as Americans, were not trained how to eat proportionately. And if you understand how your body digests food, you'll understand better why you should eat proportionately. Your body is the most perfect refining system ever made. Each individual has a body timer where it relates to burning food, and that's called your metabolism. Each person has a different metabolism rate. So each person has a different portion control. But they're all general. And we should all be following some type of portion control. And we have to stick to it. See, because exercising alone are not going to get you to attain your goal if you are looking to lose weight. And most of us are because of our situation. We are obese. This is America. So we need to exercise. We need to work out. Because throughout the day, you're going to get tempted with a lot of different scenarios where it comes to food. You start the morning off, and they say, everyone lives on Dunkin'. Well, make sure it's just coffee Because all of those danishes and everything in there is going to add the pounds on. That's right. Remember, all fast foods are loaded with what? Preservatives. And preservatives are no good for us. I don't care how you look at it. That's just the way it is. 60 seconds jogging in place. Step number 2, step 1. Control eating habits. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to have. And then we need to sustain it. Because without sustaining it, I must tell you, that is very, very stubborn. On our bodies, it doesn't want to go away. So you have to work hard and work consistently and be patient. Because at one point, you're going to start to cut it. You're going to cut into it just like soap attacks grease. How about that? And once it starts, you're going to notice it. That's right, those little fatty cells, those are stubborn things. They don't want to give up. You can't give up either. You have to be more determined than those stubborn, fatty cells. That's right. And by controlling your input, controlling what you eat, and when you eat it, is extremely important. Because as I indicated from the very beginning, we all have an eating disorder, and we need to get it under control. And if you don't think that you have an eating disorder, you can put it to the test. At what point, when you're eating, do you feel that you are satisfied? Not full, satisfied. See, we think we need to go to the limit we should all be full when we eat. Well, when you're full, you have overeaten. When you're satisfied, you stop. Your body will tell you when you're satisfied. Most of us, what we do when we're satisfied, since what we're looking looks so good and tastes so good, we finish off what we're eating right there on the spot. As we should. Especially if you put it on your plate, you're responsible for it. It should not go into the garbage. You should be eating it. So the most logical thing to do is to start off with a smaller plate. Not a smaller plate in size. What you put on your plate should be less. so that when your body tells you that it is satisfied, you do not still have a half of a plate of food. Does that sound like you? Well, that's what most of us do. We do that because we were never disciplined on proportionate eating. So we eat with our eyes. When we see something we like, we power our plates with it. That's right. Which drives us to overeating, and then sometimes it tastes so good, we go back for seconds. You should not be eating according to the taste. You should be eating according to your body's satisfaction. That is why America is obese as it is. 25 sit-ups. Let's go. So it's a effect that starts off while you eat. So you need to start there, because once you have consumed or have overeaten too much, your body doesn't process all the food as it should. You have to be mindful of these things. It's a snowball effect, and it's put us all in bad shape. These are the things we need to be taught in school at an early age of how the body works, so that you could be aware of what you're doing to your body from a very early age. Then you will understand how you should be applying and eating proportionately. Because remember that metabolism that I was discussing from the beginning, which actually controls the timing of your food processing. Usually they say if you have a faster metabolism, your food is digested quicker. So during the digestive period, all of the nutrients are extracted from the good food. The bad food, nothing gets extracted from. It gets turned into fat. And what do I mean by the good food and the bad food? The good food is the amount of food that your body is able to process. The bad food is the amount of food that you've overeaten and your body can't process it. Because during that processing time, or your metabolism rate, if you've overeaten, then your body's not going to recognize what that is. So it's going to pass through and be absorbed as fat. Because you've overeaten and exceeded the processing time of which your body is able to process that amount of food. Does that sound clear enough? I'm not a doctor. I just slept at the Holiday Inn the night before. No, I'm just kidding. I don't mean that. This is much more serious than that. I mean, I am not a doctor. You can check with your physician on anything that I happen to say. And I think with my experience and my familiarity with what I'm talking about, you will find that I am dead on with all of what I'm telling you to give you the information you need to encourage you to get yourself back to working out. Or if not back, to start working out. Don't wait until it's too late. It becomes more and more discouraging the more you wait, the longer you wait. It becomes more difficult the longer you wait. You're impacted more the longer you wait. As you continue to procrastinate, how do your joints feel? You see, exercising and also weight gain, excessive weight, has an impact on not only your cholesterol, your blood pressure, your A1C. It also has an impact on your muscles and your bones, your joints. How do they feel? When you're carrying excessive weight, your joints are also impacted. And of course, your muscles are impacted. Your heart is a muscle. Your heart's going to have to work harder with the additional excess that you're carrying around. So it makes everything harder. We should all acknowledge that. 60 seconds jogging can help. 60 seconds, 10 times, equals about a mile. Maybe a little more, but that's good. You want it to be at least a mile. Have yourself a sports watch so you can track what you're doing. Have a 60-second clock around so that you can see your progress for the 1-minute jog. And then have yourself a latch bar so that you can have a sit-up and crunch assisted. The latch bar is available. It's available on Shopify. It's available on the Latchbar website. The Latchbar website is www.lw500products.net. The Basic Latch Bar with the strap assembly is only a $35 unit. The Basic Latch Bar by itself is a $20 item. Now you can go and spend lots of money on those expensive pieces of equipment. They're not going to motivate you to use them anymore. And they're not going to do any more for you than what the latch bar is going to do. In fact, you may get more out of the latch bar. You can take the latch bar anywhere with you. You can use the latch bar with straps, resistance bands, and also chains. The latch bar is a complete, total, portable gym. Just one unit. You can't say that about any piece of machinery that is an exercise piece of equipment. They are all stationary. They are all very expensive. Okay? Need I say more? Don't shortchange yourself, and don't count yourself out. The human body is a lot stronger than most of us think. Now, don't get the wrong idea about working out. No matter how you work out, no matter what you work out with, if you weren't gifted with a muscle-bound body, it's going to take a lot of effort to change the physical appearance of your body. A lot of effort. So don't think that you're going to turn into a muscle dude or a muscle gal just because you work out. But if you can shed those pounds, you find that muscle definition will stand out a lot better. And don't think, ladies, that it don't look attractive on you too. You can stand and slim down a lot just as much as we guys. Yep, we're all in the same boat. You want to kick us to the curb because we have a big fat stomach? Well, your stomach ain't so small either. Well, you can go to work just like the guys. We can all do it together. I'm here to do it with you. That's right, so let's get busy. You have to want to do it in order to get it done. That's right. It doesn't happen any other way. You need that drive. So let's get yourself in gear so we can move on down the road. That's what I'm talking about. And you can do it if you put your mind to it. Just like anything else. 60 seconds. Jogging in place. Step number 6. Step 1. Let's go. Let's get those old bones to moving, or those young bones. Either way, if you don't do something, there will be an effect. So let's be on the good side of the effect. Let's do something. Doing nothing, you'll be suffering the consequences later. Listen to me. Let's get started. Let's avoid some of those problems. Or let's at least bring some of those problems that you've accumulated, let's make them lower. Because there's going to be an effect if you don't do something about it now. Let's do 25 sit-ups. Let's go. that obesity makes your heart have to work harder. Your heart can't stand to work harder, but for such a period of time. And then it's going to start giving you problems. Just like your car. If you don't do something about taking it for preventive maintenance, it's going to backfire on you. And so will your heart. Over a period of time, if you don't do something for preventative maintenance for your heart, remember it's a muscle, you can overwork it. Obesity drives your heart to being overworked. Exercise is key. Proper eating, both coincide. So, let's get smart, people. Let's do what our bodies need and reward ourselves. Because that's what it's all about, rewarding yourself. Rewarding yourself with a plate of food that's too much to eat is not an reward. Rewarding yourself is satisfying yourself when you eat. You know when you had enough to eat. You need a nutrition to tell you that? That's amazing. Let's use some common sense. I think we all have a degree of common sense. Let's apply it. You'd be surprised of how much you can do to help yourself. If you don't do anything, you're not helping yourself. You're making your matters worse. And sooner or later, there is going to be a reaction. That's right. So don't just sit around and wait for the reaction to happen if you can do something about it. Most of us can do something about it. There are some of us that have different illnesses that prohibit us from doing things like this. But there's a lot of us that don't have an excuse. And we're going to end up in a condition that you're not looking forward to if we don't do something about it now. That's right. So let's get on the floor and do what we need to do. This exercise here, if you don't like getting on the floor, you can do this laying on your bed. All you need is the latch bar. That's right. You can do it lying on your bed. I know it because I've tried it. That's right. That's how I know. So you can stand along the side of your bed, jog in place, then get back on your bed with the latch bar and do your sit-ups and your crunches. That's right. That's determination. That's using what you have. And a lot of us, we grew up, we didn't have much. We improvised then, we can improvise now too. You have to have patience. And we have to have effort to attain our goals. We must be ready to discipline ourselves so that we can do what is absolutely necessary to attain our goals. So if that means cutting back on some of your vices, then that's what has to be done. Because a lot of the vices that we have are killing us anyway. We just don't realize it, and we're not being honest with ourselves. So those beverages, those snacks, those chips that we think are keeping us awake when our body is telling us we need to go to sleep, or when you're just sitting on that sofa doing nothing and you're trying to stay awake. Well, that sofa is too comfortable. You have to get up and walk around. Because if you sit on that sofa or in that recliner, you have already lost the battle. That is right. Because you're on your way to sleep. How do I know? Obviously, I've done it before. And if I do it now, the same thing happens to me. I'm no different from you. Okay? We're all in this together. We need to act like it. 60 seconds, jogging in place. We're working on set number 8. Put the floor mat in place. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. That's what you came for. So let's work out together. 25 sit-ups, let's go. $25 crunches. Let's get it on. There you go. 25 crunches, 25 sit-ups. Set number 8, completed. That's how easy it's done. So let's all stop procrastinating. Stop complaining about your aches and pains, because we all have them. You don't want my aches and pains, and I don't want yours. But I'm not making excuses. And I could. Let me tell you. Let's get started. 25. 25. 60 seconds. Jogging in place. Let's do it. Set number 9. Coming up on 60 seconds. Keep it going. All right. Whew. Are you with me? If you can't jog 60 seconds, jog for what you can jog. But let's get started. Can't do 25 sit-ups, 25 crunches? Do what you can do. Let's get started. That's the name of the game. You gotta get started, otherwise you've already lost the battle. Whew. There you go. 25 sit-ups, 25 crunches for set number 9. That's right, set number 9. Here we go. Let's mark it down. Set number 9 is in the books. All right. "60 seconds, jogging in place. Let's go. Set number 10. You can do it. Never count yourself out. No matter how far out of shape you were in, you can get yourself back into shape with discipline. Don't take the fast way out. It could be detrimental. I'm just telling you like it is. You don't have to work at it, just like you worked at getting to how you are. You worked at it. You just didn't realize it. A lot of years. So now you're going to have to work at improving your health. And it won't happen overnight. But if you get started, your body will immediately start to respond. That's right. First it will be in shock, but your body will start to respond because it's probably starving for some exercise. That's right. The more you do, the more you'll love it, and the more your body will love you. That's what it boils down to. Your body is the only thing that you possibly own. Everything else that you think that you own will remain here when you leave. So let's reconsider what we own. We own our body. Let's make it as beautiful and as healthy as we possibly can. We can have an impact on our health. You don't have to just wait and see it deteriorate and go downhill, because it will. Exercising will improve your health. It'll decrease your blood pressure. It'll decrease your cholesterol. It'll decrease your A1C. What more do you need to know to influence you that you need to work out if you have any one of these issues? And if you're gaining weight at a fast rate or pace, you're heading in the direction to be impacted by, if not one of those, maybe all three. That's right. Let's take control of our health, the parts of it that we can impact. And it starts with what you put into your body. It starts with the food that you eat, the amount of food that you eat. We have to be conscientious of both. Not just how much we eat, but what it is. Your diet is something that you do to yourself. It's not something that's within the food or within the bottle. If you eat less of it, it'll have less impact on your weight gain. Diet foods do not control that. They say diet, if you consume the same amount, if not more, of what you are normally eating, it'll have the same impact, if not worse. More likely worse because it has additional chemicals. Diet food contains chemicals. So preparation of all food, in some sense, contains something that's not good for us. Let's face it. I've taken up enough of your time this morning. I'd like to thank you all for joining me with my Latchbar workout. I will see you in the morning. Every day is another day, and truly, let's be thankful. Have a great day.